And we are live at the Broadmoor for the U.S. Senior Open. We're going to tell you what it took to put all of this together later in the show. Show you some more of what you can check out here at the U.S. Senior Open at the Broadmoor after the break. Hey, it is going great. The championship actually all started today at 7 a.m. So it's been pretty busy here. And joining me now is Russ Miller, the director of golf here at the Broadmoor. Hey, how you doing?
Good morning. Thank you.
So can you talk to me? I know a lot went into this, but what preparations were made in order to get all this organized here at the Broadmoor?
Yeah, we started about 4 years ago. It takes 2,600 volunteers. It takes a lot of agronomists to get the golf course the way we want it. Food and beverage, ticket sales, hospitality, transportation, lodging. There's just so many factors. Parking is a big one. Mm-hmm. So people think you start a couple months. It's a 4-year process.
Wow, so a lot of work. Now I know this is the third time in 10 years that the Senior Open has been held here. What does that mean for the Broadmoor?
Well, we're so fortunate to be chosen by the USGA to host championships, but I think it's more important what it's done for the city, the county, and the state. It's a $22 million economic impact for our city. When you think 130,000 spectators come to this place, they have to stay in hotels, they have to eat, they have rental cars, they fly in on airplanes. 6,000 rental cars will be rented this week just for the championship. So it's a wonderful opportunity, not for us, but for the city as well.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you being a part of this, what is it like for you?
It's the greatest opportunity I've ever had in my life. Everybody I see, are you tired? Well, of course we're tired, but what a great opportunity to see all these fans out here today, 20,000 plus. Mm-hmm. Everybody's happy, excited. The players are having a great time. We're so fortunate to have this.
Mm-hmm. So talk to me about we talked about preparations, but what about the golf course itself? Now, did anything have to be changed to bring things up to par for the championship? I know it's been here before, so you guys are pro at this.
Yeah, the condition itself is very slimmer. However, the rough height is much more is higher. The greens may be a little firmer, a little faster. The fairways are a little bit more narrow. So when you host an Open championship, you want it to be tough and difficult, and you're trying to get the best player to come out on top after 4 days of golf. So it's much tougher than it would be day to day, but it's still the same thing. We don't add tees, we don't add bunkers. It's still the same golf course.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about the spectators here who come and watch this? I know today it started at 7, right?
Correct.
So are those people coming in extra early to make sure they get that good spot?
I think that's part of it. They're trying to find shade today for one. Fred Couples started early this morning on number 10 tee, so they are fan favorites. People will find where their player starts and go locate them, and a lot of fans will walk with the players, but a lot will just sit in the grandstand and watch. And we have concession stands here, so you can have hot dogs, hamburgers, a nice beer, and just relax, and that's what it's about.
And what about all the people involved, and what about the groundskeepers? Are they here extra early? Because I know you're waking up early yourself. Yeah,
start meetings at 4 a.m. and hope to get out by about 10 p.m. But you know, that sounds like a lot of hours, but what a great privilege to have this championship and to be able to be involved and work in it. So it's a mini vacation for us, even though it's a lot of work.
All right, and it all looks great. It all came together great. Now, remember, the championship started today at 7 a.m., so we are going to check in with you guys a little bit later and tell you more about the Broadmoor here for the U.S. Senior Open. Back to you. Hey, it is going great. The championship started today at 7, and joining me now is Casey, Operations Manager here for the U.S. Senior Open here at the Broadmoor. So what was it like setting all of this up? Because I know it took a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot that really goes into the setup of this. We have to work very closely with the maintenance crews, the Broadmoor Hotel, making sure that we get this exactly to the Broadmoor standards and what the USGA holds us to. So like I said, there's quite a bit that goes into this. Obviously, you can see from other times, there's lots of landscaping, all sorts of tents, all sorts of golf carts, just anything and everything people can think about. There's a little bit more even behind it there.
Yeah, definitely, and it all looks great. It all came together really well. What about the manpower? How many people did it take for this?
Ooh, wow, it took quite a bit. Just on our staff specifically, we bring in about 10 to 15 extra people just specifically for operations, and they help me manage the probably 50 to 60 separate vendors that we bring in here, and those guys have crews from 5 to 15 people. So add those numbers up, it gets up there pretty quick. We have to have lots of folks to handle the tents and the bleachers, the TV towers, all those types of things.
A lot of things to work on, a lot of people needed. That means it's a long day for a lot of you. Are there any Is there anything you guys need to do every day to set this up to make each day ready to go for our spectators here and players?
Absolutely. Well, thankfully the grounds crew here takes care of making the golf course pretty, so I don't have to handle that much as far as that goes. But a lot of the other things that we bring into the onto the course itself, we go through kind of a checklist every day, making sure the tents look buttoned up, the landscaping looks great, making sure certain generators are fueled, ready to go for anything that the hospitality tents need, any public Wi-Fi needs, all those types of things. There's all of that for the morning. But yeah, it's quite a lot to do. There's just a little bit right there.
What would you say was maybe the most challenging part about setting this up?
The most challenging part, and it's a good challenge, honestly, is just the resources that we have here with Colorado Springs and the city. The support that we've had, and especially the volunteer side too, has been absolutely remarkable. And coordinating and managing and those relationships and making sure that we use them effectively and manage them the best way possible so that this championship can run so smoothly is great. I've been working countless hours with Colorado Springs Fire Department, the police department here in the Colorado Springs, making sure that everything is up to par. Also been working with Department of Wildlife. That's a good one here, especially at the Broadmoor with the past 2 championships we've had. So we've really been working hard to manage those relationships and those resources, and the volunteer side as well.
Oh, yeah.
Our volunteer manager has done a great job with the response that we've seen from the Colorado Springs, Denver, and the state of Colorado especially. Just making sure that they're in place, they understand their roles, and coordinating and doing their jobs in the best way possible.
So a lot of people to bring this together. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And we will be live here again tomorrow for Friday at the U.S. Senior Open here at the Broadmoor. So we're going to toss it back to you in the studio.